Good morning to you both. What a difference a week has made to the press briefing. Um, First of all, can you tell me about your view of the performance against Chorley last Saturday?
I think I'll start and say it was a good performance, a good 1-0 away win. I thought we were excellent first half without getting the goal. Our shape was really good. The boys fought for each other, which you have to do first and foremost away from home, and that set us up nicely for the second half. I think the second half they showed a reaction, scoring into their home fans. There's a lot behind that goal, and I think Tommy made one really good save. But after the goal, it wasn't.
It was a goal, let's be honest.
Yeah, it was a goal. Probably wasn't a free kick before that.
No, that's the thing. It should never have got that far. I think the way that we look at that as well, the fact that it was a goal, wasn't given. Look at the amount of times that we've had goals not given and offside. It's just a little bit of payback, and they say things even itself out. But it's harsh on Chorley, but they still got to defend their box twice and didn't. So
yeah, we reacted straight away and got the winning goal, and it was nice to see the reaction of the fans. We actually watched it back this morning, so yeah, really positive result.
I can't ask you about Saturday without speaking about the events that developed after the game. Tell me your thoughts and how it sort of evolved through the course of the post-match.
For me and Hugo, we travelled up there on Friday night with the team, and training process was really good on our normal Friday. Saturday was the same, and it was actually when we were walking off the pitch and the fans were singing the gaffer's name. He spoke to myself and Hugo and said this is going to be his last game, and we were taken back a little bit. We soon realised when he mentioned it in the changing room, one of the guys actually said, "Is it April Fool's?" because it was the 1st of April. So he got quite emotional. He won't mind me saying that because the lads mean a lot to him, and I think he gave me and Hugo the confidence. Then he said these two guys are going to stay and try and continue what we were looking to do this season.
And when the chairman then subsequently approached you, how did that evolve between the two of you?
Well, the way that we look at it is that we're going to stick together. We've obviously got Paul Jones with us as well, which I think is a smart move. But the way we've looked at it, whoever leads it, the other was always going to support. I'm better at this point. I mean, my job's not going to change. I support Mark the same way I supported Tom, and I'm delighted that Mark's doing what he's going to do. And I'm confident that we can keep doing the small things that we're good at, the finer details in the preparation or spotting things in game, and just the way that we approach everything. So for me, the only thing that's going to change is that we've got one less person amongst it. But then I suppose we've added Paul to it. So it wasn't easy at the time, but the way that we've got to look at it, and we want the chairman, the supporters, and everybody behind the scenes and the players. It's done. It's gone. We've got to look forward. Let's look forward. Let's not look back, and let's all stick together. Let's all of us, back the players, the team moving forward, and let's see what can happen.
And
sorry, Reg. I just think the message is the same. It's just obviously I've got a different accent, but it's the same voice. The message is the same.
Perfect. What about the players' reaction, and how did the players respond both immediately when they were told and then subsequently in the first
there was massive shock, obviously, because we're second in the league with 5 games to go. It's not your normal thing that happens in football. But again, as you said, a week's a long time in football. They picked themselves up really quickly. And the first day that we were back into training, it was music to our ears that they held their own meeting. I think hopefully they've got together. And it's towards continuity, isn't it? Just to keep going and look at the next game and try and get 3 points.
I mean, Hugo said how his role doesn't really change. How's things going to change for your role?
It has changed, just in terms of. Not yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Just the planning, and the gaffer was brilliant with us in terms of we would do a lot of the planning in the sessions, but it's just making sure you get it right. Obviously, outside of that, there's been press stuff to do, and I'm happy to take that on board. But I'll just be myself.
Looking ahead to Kettering on Friday. How?
Well, look, they'll probably be very different to when we faced them twice earlier in the season. A lot of time's elapsed. They don't, they've been drawing a lot of games. They don't seem to have scored many, but they've also not conceded many. And listen, they're not going to come and play us tomorrow and try and make it easier for us. They'll be compact, they'll keep their shape, they'll try and disturb what we're trying to do the best that they can, and we've got to overcome that. We might have to be a bit patient, but I'd expect a real battle tomorrow because it is a little bit localish. You know, they'll bring some good support with them, and it just being at this stage of the season, there are games, particularly like we're where we are, Kettering are where they are. They're looking a little bit over the shoulder. They want to get some daylight between them and what's beneath them. So it's got the recipe for a really good kind of bank holiday Friday game.
Yeah, second that, obviously they beat us 1-0 away from home, and I think whoever we played on that following week, the lads would have given a reaction, and we did, and we won. So that's the message again, to go out and perform.
And what shape is the fitness of the squad in physically and mentally, I guess, after the events of the week?
Yeah, I mean, the boys that have been out for quite some time are making really good progress, and we're just taking that week to week. In terms of squad, Jack Morrell will be definitely available this weekend, and yeah, everybody else is fitting well.
Business as usual, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
And you say it's sort of as usual as far as that's concerned. Do you have one eye on Alfreton on Monday?
I think as staff, you know, we have to look a little bit further ahead. You know, when Tom was here, it tended to be us two that looked a bit further ahead because that's just how we operated. So we already have not one eye on it, but we've got to make sure that we have all the information that we need on Alfreton and everything that we can do to present to the players as quickly as we can after the Kettering game. But need to be clear, the only game that's important right now is Kettering.
Yeah, and I think it's no different to a Saturday-Tuesday game. It's just Friday and Monday. So yeah, we'll prepare the same in terms of training and training schedule and stuff. And we did have to prepare a bit more because it's on a Monday and stuff like that. But yeah, no, full focus is on Kettering.